Хөрхөн охид trap сонсон trap сонсон trap донсон түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан даалж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа I'm a young trap nigga and you both don't know not the sick yeah trap I'm dead serious.
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. Going to be a great show today. We have the Greg Romero Wilson,
Thanks, buddy.
star of commercials and movies and TV series and Netflix and Amazon.
How's Flo in real life?
Super sweet. She's a sweetheart of a gal.
She seems
very fun,
seems like a nice
totally
person.
cool, like absolutely down to earth.
We went to the same
Happy to
college.
hear
me and
that.
Flo.
Did you really?
She went to Binghamton. Yeah.
You went to school with everybody.
Just Binghamton. Just her. No, I went to 3 different schools. So that's.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So the whole East Coast.
Binghamton, Hofstra, and Hunter, and I still didn't finish. But also Tyler Smith is with us.
Yeah.
Tyler, the fighter, the Marine, the Jew.
Patriot.
Tyler the Jew.
A man of many talents. And also we have a guy, Steve Mowry, undefeated fighter named Tall Steve. That's his nickname, Tall Steve, out of the Black Zillions, which is former Black Zillions. Now it's, what is it like? It's a different
I don't
gym.
even know.
But the former, they broke up, but they're not. It's the same team, but just down the block or something. And we'll talk about that. Listen, a lot of people are hesitant to try hemp-derived CBD oil. They don't know where to start. There's so many different products. I mean, right? I mean, how many different products have you seen now? Every time you go on Instagram or Twitter, it's just...
Everybody's doing CBD.
Yeah, I just got an ad from a new one.
Well, listen, this family-owned business not only provides the highest quality U.S.-grown hemp-derived CBD, they also give personal guidance. Okay, you can call them up and talk to them. How cool is that? Each batch is third-party lab tested for potency and purity, and the results are posted on their website. They sent me a bunch of stuff, and I love it. My dog, absolutely, he's like a puppy now. It's great. It's naturesoilsonline.com, okay? They have whole plant hemp oil extract. They have derived isolate tinctures. They have hemp and emu oil pain balm and full spectrum CBD dog chews, okay? Call them directly at 469-525-3131. They will pick up the phone and talk to you. 469-525-3131. Special offer for listeners of the show. They're offering 10% discount for their already reasonable prices. When calling, use the code ADAM10 to get 10% off. Also, Speedweed. Marijuana is legal in California, and there's no reason why you should have to leave your house to get it because cops are waiting to pull you over and give you a DUI. And that's, what, $20,000, $30,000? You lose your job, your chick leaves you, or your boyfriend leaves you. It's over. Life, kaput. No. Go to speedweed.com. They will deliver everything. They got CBD, they got marijuana, they got pain relief, they have edibles, THC sex lube, which my wife and I used the other day. That was awesome. I got high while having sex, even higher. Okay.
little anal, little Easter anal.
No anal. I never did anal with my wife. But just go to Speedweed.
That's right. You do Easter with the ones you don't love.
Just go to type in MMA Roasted, you get 10% off. Now have you $100 or more. What's up, people? March Madness is upon us. It's another huge month in sports across the NBA and NCAA. There's only one place to get in all the action. That's betonline.ag. Support our podcast by going to www.clnsmedia.com/winning and use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% sign-up bonus. That's CLNS50. BetOnline.ag is your online sportsbook experts. There are some great games to bet on this week. The Trailblazers are playing the Nuggets, and the Celtics are playing the Bucks. And with plenty of excitement and drama happening on and off the court, you don't want to be left on the sidelines. Go where the action is at betonline.ag. Go there now. Yes, go where the action is. Because CLNS Media and BOL are offering you a 50% sign-on bonus. That's 50% by signing up at clnsmedia.com/winning and using our code CLNS50 with your first deposit. Yes, go to clnsmedia.com/winning. Use promo code CLNS50 for your 50% sign-on bonus today. BetOnline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. Have you ever had to anal with your wife or your girl, your fiance?
No, absolutely not. I love her.
Really?
Yeah.
And you, Tyler?
Really? Wait, why is it surprising for me, but you haven't done it with your wife?
Because you're a filthy animal.
Yeah, but you've had a kid.
True.
Yeah, but
You're a filthier animal than me.
No, not even close.
I'm like on the surface filthy. You're like in your soul filthy.
First, I don't even know what that even means, but you've asked.
It's the Jew.
My friend brought his girlfriend to the dime one night, and you asked to do cocaine out of her asshole, like right off the bat. Like that was your go-to, like hello, not even like how's it going, what's your name?
It's Hollywood.
You asked the girl.
Go big or go home, baby.
Listen, that's how we say hello in Hollywood. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. A nice sniff.
Wow.
Can I blow some coke up your ass? That's the way it goes.
By the way,
that's a very nice offer.
Yeah, really?
That's a kindness.
So
to have it done from you.
Both ways.
To be both ways.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So I did a show last week, and I was in Washington. Did a show at a golf course.
Yeah.
It was nice. They loved the comedy. Like they were just there to laugh. It was so like you leave LA. And people are just there to laugh, and you're like, "Well, this is what comedy is
supposed to be."
Yeah, people.
Yes.
And that I sold like I don't know, a couple hundred in merch even on a one nighter. There's nothing better as a comic to like have a full suitcase and then have an empty suitcase on the way back. It's just it's one of those little things in life that you're just like,
you're like, wow,
this is great.
Yeah.
And then I get back and this girl's like, hey, you want to do my show Monday night?
I was hoping for blow out of my ass.
And it was one of those things where I was like, if you catch me in the right mood, I'll say yes to almost any show.
Right.
But now,
I am frequently surprised at the shows you say.
But now lately it's different. With the wife and kid, I've been way more selective.
That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, because you were taking shit. I was like, why, Adam? Why?
But she was like, it's a Monday night.
Whatever.
Well, this wasn't even like, it was like a Monday night, and like, but she was like nice. She's like, you can sell your merchandise after the show. I'm like, first of all, no one's buying anything in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right?
Not at all.
So then I look at the flyer, and it says comedy show at 9, followed by open mic. I'm like, ooh. So I'm like, I'm not posting this flyer anywhere because I don't want me and open mic on the same flyer.
Not only that, but that also means that the room's going to start, during your set, is going to start filling up with, shitty
open micers.
with a bad attitude.
And that's what happened. So, so last night I go up and I'm getting laughs, but they're just like, huh. They're like those type laughs. It's like comic acknowledgement laughs,
right?
Which are my least favorite laughs in the world. I mean, my favorite.
I gave you one of those.
I was gonna say, although I have to admit, I've doled out quite a few myself.
Yeah, but you have a funny laugh, and it's you. Like people that you don't know are just like, ha. You're just like, it's almost
right.
I'd almost rather get
fuck
you,
man. They're being snide.
I'd almost rather get nothing than that.
Yeah.
Like, and so then I'm getting annoyed on stage, because now I'm getting annoyed, and then there's two gay guys in the front that just arms folded, so I'm
no good deed, man.
I feel like I'm doing comedy for a bunch of extras up here, which is what I told them, and I was like,
nice.
Finally I got them, and it was I think I had the best set of the night, but at the same time it was one of those things where I was like, there was something awkward about that crowd. And then when I realized that everybody there was then getting up to do comedy,
was waiting to stand up,
I was like, man, this is not how
basically you're doing an open mic.
Yeah, and like, if you're going to have an open mic, have it before the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Second you said that, I was like, I can see what's wrong with this setup right now.
I mean, that just sounds like really bad planning.
And then they wanted you to like mix and have a mixer with the comics there.
That's the worst.
With like forced mixer is like when I was in high school, when I was in boarding school, they would have mandatory fun. There's no such thing.
Yeah, we had that in the Marine Corps.
Really?
Mandatory fun days.
What do you guys do? What do you do? Jerk each other off? Or?
We just drink.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Just drink and
What'd
fight
you guys
each
do?
other.
Jerk each other off?
And mandatory fun was brutal.
He didn't deny it.
It was no, I did not. Dude, my first day at boarding school, right?
You jerked each other off.
Close, right? So I'm 13 years old, right?
Jerk myself
I'm 13
off,
years
thank
old,
you.
and there's no 8th grade in this school.
It was a race.
There's no 8th grade in the school. They threw me into a high school, right? I skipped a grade. And I got the highest grade. This is how bad the school has to work. I got the highest grade in the 10th grade class as an 8th grader coming in. Right?
Good work.
But it wasn't even. I was a smart kid, but it was anybody could teach. There was no standardized testing there.
I went to one of those.
So I get there and we have a school meeting, and I'm like, okay, and I'm 13, and
13 years old in high school.
Yeah, and in
That's
Maine,
tough.
boarding school. I just got sent there. My sister was there.
We had like
She was
106 pounds.
I was 100. I was 94 pounds.
How 94? How many?
No
Did you
way.
even have pubes yet? Did you have like 4 pubes?
I had a couple pubes. I had
Okay.
pubes. I was 94 pounds.
Remember that time in your life we only had like 6 pubes?
97
Yes.
was like the 97.
But you're so proud of those 6 pubes.
97 was like the minimum. 97 was like the minimum you like had to weigh. So I had to weigh in with like they gave me like all my
Wait, to
clothes
go
on.
to school, you had to be a certain
for wrestling.
weight? Oh,
No, for
for
wrestling. I had to wear my winter jacket.
What kind of school is this? Grades? We don't
They
give a
only
fuck.
took
But you gotta
97s
at
and
least
up.
weigh 125 pounds to go to Excelsior.
So anyway, there were five kids in my dorm room that had a circle jerk, right?
Oh, okay. Yes.
They had a circle
Nice.
jerk, and they
Like
had
onto the cookie
had
or
a
just
race. No cookie
just a
involved.
race.
And it got out. Like it got out.
Word got
as
out.
one
Word got
does.
out. So they had to go in front of the
Shocker.
school at a school meeting and talk about this at a school meeting. So I'm at this school meeting, and the kids are standing up and crying and going, you know, and I'm bisexual, and I shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, and another kid's like, yeah, I'm gay, and it's so hard. And I'm like, where the fuck did my parents send me? You know, and people are trying to shield me away from it because I had
Dude,
so
make
many.
that show.
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah.
show
The
is it?
boarding school jerk-off show.
Yeah, the life,
weirdness, you're
your
fucking
life.
Like, what the fuck? And you're this kid, and they're all like, "We're just having a jerk-off contest, child."
You have no idea.
Oh my god! Yeah, you got to turn that into a show. I like it.
Anyway, so how was your weekend? What's going on?
Well, I went to CB Gold's wedding on Saturday.
Nice.
How was that?
That was, I mean, it was very nice. It was lovely. It was at a country club in Thousand Oaks. And, you know, she was very lovely. It was funny because she was in a very traditional wedding dress. And he was in, you know, I mean, it was a very stylish tuxedo. It was like maroon, which I dug. I thought it was awesome. But he was wearing these like velvet shoes.
Yeah, wasn't it like velour? Wasn't the whole thing like velour or velvet?
Yeah,
Something?
I would like to give him the credit of it being velvet. I hope
Yeah.
it wasn't, I think
Velour.
it was,
Yeah. Let's say velvet.
Let's say velour. Let's say it was velvet. But it was, you know, but that was the only thing that I was like a little bit from the Cam Newton collection. Right. But the rest of it was, but I mean, and he
fits.
gave really awesome
But didn't
vows.
he
His
rap?
vows.
Wasn't there a rap video involved?
Maybe at the
hope
reception. I didn't
so.
stay. I
Yeah.
wasn't able to stay for the reception.
Sean McCorkle said he like got drunk and talked your head off.
Yes, he was talking, and I had to leave because had to make a spot at the store.
Right.
And so I was like, and he's like, "Let me show you this video." I'm like, okay, listen, giant man. I love you, but it's like I engaged him, and then I was just locked up for like 21 minutes, and I was like, I gotta go. I got a spot. I gotta go. So we just dipped out after that. But he had the best vows. Even the rabbi was like, that was incredible.
That's great.
Where he was like,
awesome.
he goes, I'm not going to tell you what I will do. I'm going to tell you what I won't do. And he goes, I won't ever hurt you. I won't ever, betray your trust. I won't ever do this. I won't ever leave you alone.
Did he graph the wedding like as he was walking down the aisle?
There was the fight poster set up for everyone to graph on their way in.
Now I heard Ween Dog wore a Conor McGregor shirt.
He wore a Khabib versus Conor McGregor shirt, which CB actually
that's
noticed
fucking
and
awesome.
commented on. He goes, "This guy, look at this T-shirt he wore. If you're gonna wear McGregor, you gotta wear Khabib." It was literally heard about it, and the fact that and then we dug. I mean, first of all, he looked like he was auditioning to be an extra on Magnum PI. First of all, and then he put on the yarmulke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, is he Jewish? I don't think. No.
Yeah,
I was like,
Isn't that what you do?
I don't know. He was like, I thought we had to. So he's walking around a fucking yarmulke.
Ween Dogs, yesterday we had a podcast
fucking
which is
love
available
that.
on Rockfin, me and McCorkle and Ween Dog, and he said that he felt very embarrassed about how underdressed he was. And I was like, well, why would you go to a wedding wearing a McGregor shirt? And he said he didn't know people could dress up for weddings.
No, has he ever been to a wedding? Was that the first wedding
Was
he ever went
he
to?
raised in a cave? Like by woodland creatures? Like
He must have
how
been.
did-
He must have been.
Who didn't tell him nothing? Is what I want to know.
Didn't know you had to dress up to go to a wedding.
To a wedding. Like, how did-
Well, he didn't even show
That's
up.
just the most important day of these people's lives.
And these missing protrocols
And
are constant in his stream of consciousness. I didn't realize you weren't supposed to do anal on the first date. Like all these little things you should know. Someone should have told you by now. They're all missing.
Well,
from his
yesterday
operating
it came
system.
out that his dad's a swinger, He
coming in clearer now.
he found out because he joined his dad's Facebook page group of swingers. He was a leader of some swinging group or something. And
Where's his mom?
Why was he in it?
I don't know.
He wants to swing with his dad, bro.
Like, he decided to join a swingers group now. Like,
His dad was the head of
I
it.
love that. That's a series. You go and your dad's the head of the swingers group. That's great.
I can't imagine.
But now he's into him and his girl trying to do public sex. They're into public sex now. They're
Wow,
trying-
So it went from no sex
To
to
crazy,
now like
yeah.
fucking in a porta shitter. Like
Well, that's what happens when girls like hold out for that long. They find that it's like the floodgates open. And it's like,
Jeez.
oh, my fantasies. That's what happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Did you watch any of the fights?
I watched 2 of them.
Which ones did you watch?
The headlining fight with McDonald's.
Jack.
And Fitch.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I thought McDonald won.
See, I never agree with a draw, but I could see where this one was a draw because every round seemed to kind of switch back and forth between guys dominating. I mean, Fitch was on him a lot, but then when McDonald would be doing it, I mean, he would be definitely tagging him up and hitting him more aggressively. Right. So I mean, it was, I don't know. For me, I was like, I could see how it's a draw. I mean, and I never fucking say that, but I could see this as a draw.
Yeah, I thought McDonald won, but then afterwards he started talking about God doesn't want him to hurt people. Did you see the post fight?
No.
His interview?
And he was saying he doesn't know if
great.
he has it in him anymore, and that God wants him to be nicer, doesn't want him to actually hurt people anymore. It just kept getting weirder.
Sounds like he got sober.
The Lord was talking to me during the fight.
Yeah,
Lord,
Like,
yeah,
just
you don't
that
wanna do this
soft,
anymore.
like,
Oh, wow.
he was like, just don't, I don't know, man.
He's the
But I
strangest
get
human being.
well, they asked him a question. They said, like, do you feel like you've grown as a fighter? And I think a lot of people missed it, but he was like, yeah, and as a man.
Yeah, that's
and
what he
like,
said.
so I think he might, dude. Honestly, I think that Robbie fight might have just,
That's what people said. That
broke
probably
him.
took his soul.
yeah, just
Twice.
just broke
I
his
was
soul,
at that
dude.
fight. Those fights.
Yeah, I was too.
Those fights were insane.
I wonder if we're going to see one of those like 30 for 30s in a few years, and it's like this UFC fighter became this Ugandan minister,
Right.
Like
I would
he
not be
just has a
surprised.
giant church in Uganda, and he's just leading.
He's going to
the people
join
that-
Justin
There's
Ren's
nothing
fight for
that
the
guy would
Forgotten.
do.
Which I'm saying, God bless him. If that's his path, that's his path, and it sounds like that's where his path is going.
By the way, I didn't say
Maybe.
my baby is with her grandparents this week and her great grandparents,
best
and
weekend
my
of your
wife's
life.
in New York, so I have the whole house to myself for a week.
Oh, wow.
And it's already felt like 6 years.
How many times have you jerked off?
I haven't because the
You
pets,
liar!
the pets
Oh
keep
my God.
the pets keep. Well, me and my wife, she left on Sunday night, so it wasn't like.
So it's
So it's been a whole
So
day.
it's been like 2 or
So it's
3.
been-
So we're at 3.
No, I have not yet. I was gonna last night, but then my dog and cats kept like following me everywhere,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I gotta
Blame the
like,
dog.
And then
Blame
I have
the
to, like,
dog.
I'm not buying this.
No,
I
then
feel
I have
like
to,
then
like,
you went to the bathroom.
Then I got to remove the stairs from the bed and to jerk off.
Right.
And then he surrounds me like a shark. You know?
You put in the earbuds and you focus, my man. I don't believe
Yeah, dude,
you.
it's like the first thing if
You
I spend the
definitely
night
got it
at my
done.
girlfriend's house, like that, it's the first thing I do when I get home the next
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
I have not.
Come on.
I'm not buying this at all.
I don't-
You know
I don't-
why? Because you can actually now you could queue up the videos. You could play the volume.
Dude, first of all,
You could actually listen to
Oh,
some
yeah.
romantic.
But you
watch
still
2
feel weird about it.
Watch 2
It
or
still
3
feels
videos.
weird.
first of all, porn
Even an
sucks
empty
right
house.
now because it's all incest porn. If you go on porn right now,
Which site
What are you talking
on?
about?
Jesus, man.
I go to UJizz.
RedTube,
Red
large
Tube is-
porn films.
I don't know what that. What's that
Oh,
called?
that's a good one.
I
It's
like-
just like it just has all the.
I go to Beej,
Clips.
BEEG.com.
I like X Hamster.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Yeah, yeah.
Every
There you go.
single
X
one-
Hamster is
Every single one is like kid with stepmom, guy with stepmom.
yeah. Try X
guy-
Hamster.
No,
they,
it's just
they got it all.
categories.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't go into the cat. I just look at whatever's on the front
The
page.
thumbnails, right? They have a wide variety on,
Yeah,
on
on
X Hamster.
The worst is when I like see a girl that I hooked up with, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's your life.
And she's just getting surrounded
You're
by
fucking-
semen everywhere. And
Well, that's what you get for dating girls.
Or
that
if
do
I know the
porn.
guy, I know a lot of
So-
male porn stars. I can't. If I see a guy who I know, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I can't look at Tommy Gunn's
that's
cock.
terrible.
Like,
I
that
can't
guy's been to-
imagine.
Guy's been to my show. you know?
Tube 8 is also very
Tube
good.
8?
Tube 8.
Tube 8.
Also very
All right,
good.
I'll check those out.
A lot of young chick porn.
I don't like that. I can't do teens because it's too young. It's
Okay. then
Yeah,
not-
and you have a
then
kid,
less
so that's
Tube
like
8.
all that
Yeah.
stuff's getting off
Less
limits.
Tube 8, more X Hamster. T-bait is kind of.
I can't.
You just gotta go.
Even though
You just
I know
gotta
the
search
girls
by
are
category.
older based on their tattoos and the fact that you could tell they're not really teens.
Sure.
I still the fact that like, what if they are teens? And then I turn on my phone, my computer at the Apple store, and it says teen porn. It comes up, and I get arrested.
Down goes
You watch
Coach
on your
Adam.
phone?
No, I'm saying on my Apple, like on my computer.
Oh.
I'm always worried that like if I
It's
watch
gonna
a
sync up, and it's all gonna.
if I watch a teen porn, it's in my history or something, and then I get arrested or something.
Yeah. I don't use my primary computers.
So you have porn
He
computers.
was like burner devices
Exactly.
for porn.
I have an iPad Mini that is specifically for porn.
So do I.
you have burner computers.
Yes.
No, I have an iPad that I've had for like 10
Right,
years.
it's a piece of shit, and you're like, I can't do anything else but play porn.
Reddit and porn.
Right. If I try and click on something else, it's like, you sure you didn't mean porn? Like it only knows porn, and porn only knows it. And I've had the webcam covered for years on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a gotta
The
do.
URL sites are like stuck together instead of like just like the pages.
It just freezes.
That's how
Every
much
time-
porn.
Come on,
Sometimes
damn
it does lock up. Like, Jesus, man, let it go. Like.
It's been 45
Totally.
minutes.
Gee, if you're not there yet, just quit. So
I know it's true. I have to. I think tonight I'm gonna.
tonight, you're gonna romance it.
But I'll tell you what I
Light
did
some
watch
candles.
was the
You're gonna
Cobra
turn
Kai.
down, maybe drink a little red wine.
I started watching the Cobra Kai season 2.
So you've been
Nice.
jerking off to that?
There you go.
Jerked off to Cobra
But
Kai?
that is the greatest show ever. Have you watched it?
No.
Dude, see you.
Because I'm not ordering red tube.
I'll
tube
give you my
red or
password.
what-
Dude, it is
YouTube
so-
red
YouTube red.
Red tube.
We're
is
talking about too
something.
much
I've seen
porn.
that one just plenty. I'm down with YouTube.
It's
with
worth
red
it.
tube.
It's worth it.
Yes.
The Karate Kid is the best series I've seen in years.
All right.
The Cobra
All
Kai.
right.
Now let's talk about the fights. So, what other fight did you watch?
What was the other one? Oliveira versus
Perry.
Platinum Perry.
Woo. That was
which
a
I thought was a
banger.
very good fight.
That was a
It was a great fight. If your game plan is to trade punches with Mike Perry,
You're wrong.
You're going to
You're
lose.
You're
every
wrong.
time. This guy has the hardest head. Which I think it might be hollow, okay, but it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Didn't
well,
he
in
say
the
that
way-
he didn't
dude,
believe that. Like he was like, I don't believe it about his toughness.
he's the toughest guy ever.
And the way he throws punches is just like, it's like Jeremy Stevens on fucking steroids, dude. Just reckless
but the way to beat
abandon.
him
Yeah.
is
Like,
Alex
God.
Vaughn beat him. You can't beat him.
You can be super technical and like stick and move and get out of the way.
But do not trade.
But like, fuck, man, you better have good cardio.
Like if he goes into bare knuckle boxing, he may win the championship
He could.
because he just can knock everyone out.
And Alex Oliveira hits hard, man.
Yeah, but-
he was tagging him too.
but he looked bigger than Alex Oliveira, didn't he?
He
look
was.
bigger?
He was a little stockier.
The best is when you see like when he was dancing. They didn't show
When
it on
Oliveira
TV,
was coming in?
But Oliveira was coming in, and then Perry started dancing to his entrance. music.
He was like in the
Good for him.
cage, just
Enjoy
like
it. Yeah, go ahead. See, that's what I like about this guy. He's got that fuck it all attitude.
He does
Yeah.
have that. Like he does have.
Well, it
star
seemed
power.
like this,
Yeah.
this fight more than any. Like he was just everything was on. Like everything was on. He had
the
his
crowd
he
were
had
cheering
his
for him,
chin.
too.
He had the hands
Oh, he goes
going.
up from
Like
Florida.
that fucking
Right.
throw,
Well, he
that
lives there.
takedown that he got. Oh,
yeah.
man.
I think he's from there too.
No, he's not from there.
Oh.
He's from Michigan.
By the way, this guy that I
look
interviewed.
at
I just remember them saying that at the beginning because they started
Mike
like,
Perry fanboy
he's from
over
the-
here.
No, they said it specifically. I remember them talking about that.
By the way,
they're like, oh,
like
he's from
Detroit or
here.
something?
Actually, he's from Michigan, but he does train out of Orlando.
By the way, if you want to listen to a great interview, guys, to promote, I hate to promote Rockfin again, but I'm going to keep doing it. I interviewed this guy, Ian Heimish. The guy is 12-1, and he was selling ecstasy from when he was like 1,000, got caught with 1,000 pills in Denver at 19 years old. He was a state champ at Denver wrestling.
shit.
So he fled the country. And he went to Europe, and he lived there for 5 years in Europe, living on the beach. He was homeless, and then his family took him in, and they were like, "Hey, you really want to make some real money?" Started smuggling hundreds of cocaine in little balloons and swallowing them into Colombia. Got busted. Did 5 years in Spain in a
Wait,
prison.
smuggling coke into Colombia.
No. Out of Colombia.
Out of Colombia.
They don't smuggle it into
Out of
Colombia.
Colombia. Ended up getting doing 5 years in a Spanish prison where he learned how to fight. And there's a wrestling team in a prison, and he became head of the MMA in the prison. And you can hear the rest of the story, but he's actually a real fighter. He's 12-1. He's fighting on the
No
Rochester
way.
card. He's fighting Shoeface.
No way.
Yeah. But if you want to hear one of the
Fuck,
craziest
man.
stories ever,
I would not want to fight that guy.
who Shoeface or Ian?
No, Ian.
Yeah, but Shoeface
Like-
is great too. He's a guy. Who,
No, he's great, but like that's not the guy you want to go into a fight. Like that guy doesn't give a shit. Like,
and then
he's
he
gonna try to murder
he
you.
went to Rikers after that. They let him out of prison because, and they're like, you can't.
Oh, but he had to come back to the U.S.
and got arrested. And,
right.
Yeah. So just craziness. But the guy's
That's
doing
wild.
great now. He's training out in Colorado with Anthony Smith and all those guys over at Team Elevation.
Yeah.
So
Elevation.
let's talk about Jacare losing.
Man.
No one saw that. Jack
No one saw
Hermanson. Michael Bisping called it. Bisping said, I think Jacare is a better fighter. Herman's is going to win. And I tell you
Well,
what I think happened was these guys, like, I remember when Rockhold got knocked out by Bisping, I was talking to some guys in the UFC, and they were all like, yeah, he just had this attitude like he was doing us a favor. And then he gets knocked out. I think Jacare had that same attitude. He's doing the UFC a favor. When you have that attitude and your opponent doesn't,
Yeah.
you're getting knocked the fuck out, or
Yeah.
you're gonna lose. And that's you can't fuck around at that level. You can't go into a fight not 100% because the other guy's going to.
Yeah,
and a
for
fight
sure.
like that was crazy.
For sure. I think he came out. He wasn't ready for Hermanson to just go.
Yeah.
Like he's hungry. You know, and he basically turned it into a boxing match.
Right.
Like, and his boxing is slick, man.
Yeah.
He was really good.
I'll tell you,
tagging him up.
I'll tell you who looked awful was Greg Hardy's opponent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
This guy-
I wanted to watch it, but I also didn't want to waste what little time I had watching it.
It's like they brought in the bad guy from Popeye.
Bluto.
And he fought like Bluto, where he just put his head down and just ran into him.
Oh my god.
And just waiting to get knocked out.
Right.
And everyone's like, this fight's fixed. Dana White said, this guy's 9-2. I got to find the 9 guys he beat. He goes, I want to meet those guys. He goes,
seriously.
during the press conference, he goes, some of them are probably in this room right now. But yeah, you almost felt bad for Hardy because everyone's mad at him because of it, but it wasn't his fault. He did what he had to do.
Well,
obviously
people are
they
mad at
found
him for
somebody-
calling out Stipe afterwards.
Hardy did?
Yeah, he was
What
like,
an
well, he
idiot.
didn't call him out, but he mentioned him like,
he
oh
said-
yeah, Stipe's on my radar. Like, get the Stipe and
your
Derek
radar?
Lewis.
What-
Stipe and Derek Lewis are on my like. Get the fuck out.
He
of
also
here,
said that
they
he has-
would
he has-
destroy you.
Is this a galactic radar?
I would love to
Are
see
they
it. Oh, I
are
would
they
love
on
to
your
see
radar
it.
as in like orbit around the sun? Like, you know. So
Here's my thing: if he's going to be on a co-main event anyway and steal somebody else's spot that deserves it, like fucking,
Put him up
you
against
might as
somebody
well
who
put
deserves it.
somebody, top, not Stipe, obviously, but a top 20 fighter.
Well,
Give
he
him-
also
give
said
him
he's,
someone
he said he's the
good.
Michael Jordan of MMA.
Fuck
being
outta
that he
here,
has
Greg
unlimited
Hardy.
potential. I'll tell you what, though.
That may be true. That may
That's
be true.
unlimited
We haven't
confidence.
seen
I'll tell
it.
you
I
what,
mean, he's
smart saying all
4-1.
this stuff though because now we're not talking about him beating up women.
Yeah.
we're talking about his stupid statements. So he should make more stuff like
Yeah,
this.
I mean, and good for him. Like he's taking his chance. He's shooting a shot.
thank you for bringing it back up, though. You just to make sure we got it in
Of course.
while discussing it.
I mean, he's in the UFC.
Not that it's not
Like
true.
it or not, he's in. So you might as well make the most of it while you're in there. And he could. I mean, he's an NFL athlete, so he could be some amazing fighter
Yeah, but
someday.
he's
But
about 3
he's
years
4-1
away.
right now. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Give it 5 years.
Hey, I'm surprised he's still in it. So many of these guys are kind of one-hit wonders. They get in, realize it's not for them, and then they get out. And
Well, he
that's
hasn't
it.
fought anybody that can fight back yet, though. Except
That-
for the last guy, kind of.
That's true, but he's gone through 5 fights now, so at least he has a sense of
Yeah, like he knows what he's doing.
what's
so
happening
fuck
in
it.
there. I mean, he knows that he wants to fight. So that's
If we're gonna have to see him, let's. We might as well. We might as well see him fight good people.
And I was happy that Angela Hill got her win. She looked great. Carla Esparza looked amazing.
Yeah, I heard she
Cookie Monster?
dominated. I
She's
didn't watch
back.
that one.
Cookie Monster won. Phil Davis looked awesome at his fight. He actually, I was nervous because it was kickboxing again, but he was winning the kickboxing exchanges. But I called him up. I'm like, dude, quit stressing me out, man. Like, go for it.
Just wrestle.
Go for a takedown. He
Just
finally
wrestle,
did
Phil.
in the third round and took the guy down and made him tap. Well, he actually broke his jaw.
He's got really good submissions, man.
Yeah.
Like very underrated submission game.
So it was actually a great week of fighting. There was a lot of really, really good fights. This week, Invicta has an 8-girl tournament, multiple fights in one night, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the way
Is the
it
wife
should
still
be.
going to be out of town for that one?
That's Friday. I think she comes back on Friday.
Ah.
I know, right?
Yeah, you could really.
Oh, come on.
That's
not exactly what.
Yeah, hit her again.
Yeah, oh, God.
By the way-
Mid-fight finger bang. Mid-fight finger bang.
By the way, have you seen the Iranian Hulk?
Yes. And I heard about this, was it Bellator?
They're
Or no-
signing him?
No, somebody signed him.
It's KSW probably, right?
Maybe.
They always sign those freaks.
Let's see.
Iranian Hulk. Yeah, this dude, he's the guy that you talked about doing the windmill. That was going to be his like move where he just spins around in circles.
If you put in Iranian, Hulk is the second thing that comes up.
Yes, this guy is now doing MMA.
Yeah.
And I lost it. So there you go. It'll
But
come
yeah,
up in 9
We'll see. I forget who said they would fight him.
This guy.
I forget who it was that agreed to fight him, but he's like an actual fighter.
How do you get like that?
Steroids and there's
And
got to be
camel's
some
milk.
kind of like
No, people, listen, it's been known for 1,000 years. Camel's milk is a real bulking agent.
Really?
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of big like Iran has a lot of wrestlers, like good wrestlers.
Yeah, but not like.
not that.
Ridiculous.
But there's guys who's the fucking mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That guy's
Have you seen
huge.
pictures of
dude.
him with his wife?
Yes.
And he has that tiny little
Oh
wife.
my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
if those videos ever got out.
It's like Shaq when he used to date those little like when he was dating Hoops. Remember
Yeah.
Shaq and Hoops were dating?
It's like, oh boy, this is
Like, how is she not
it's unnatural.
broken?
Just split
Like,
in
how
half.
is she not
just
broken in half?
Just fucking.
Also, Glover looked good. Glover Teixeira. He was
Glover
getting-
looked really good.
He was getting beat up at first. The guy was doing all kinds of illegal shit, and Glover had that old man, strength going for him, and he's just you can't put him away. All right, so this Saturday night,
Brian Ortega says he'd destroy the Iranian Hulk.
Brian Ortega.
That's what it says here.
He might actually.
According to TMZ.
Probably
from-
rip his fucking foot off, dude.
from
He probably would.
From yesterday.
He probably would.
He says he would just destroy him. I'd destroy Iranian Hulk. Here's how.
How? By putting a pin in him?
No, he's gonna say I would take his back and choke him out.
Yep.
Is that what he said?
I get- that's what he would say.
Piss him off.
The guy has no neck. How did he choke the guy out?
Choke him out.
Come on.
Yeah. You're
So-
gonna see him just get
Good luck
balled up
fucking
at the
armbarring him.
beginning. But just when I ride that wave out, it's a done deal, man. He'll gas out and he'll be mine.
Yeah, let's let the guy lands one punch or just sits on him.
That's interesting.
Al Iaquinta versus Donald Cerrone this Saturday.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's a
Yes.
good fight.
Yes.
I like both those guys.
They're both
But I would
insane.
definitely go with Cerrone.
Really? Why?
More recent winning streak.
Al just beat Kevin Lee
But before that, didn't he lose?
to Khabib.
I'm just saying. Cerrone.
He beat Alex Hernandez and he beat Mike Perry.
So
I don't know, man.
I just think Cerrone's hotter right now.
Seems like Cerrone, when you think he's going to win, he loses. And
That's true too.
know,
Anytime
I
I've said he's
know.
going to win, he does lose. He disappoints me quite a bit.
Look,
And anytime it's like taking that next step, like that step up. To
Do you
the
think
next
though
level,
Al
where it's-
Iaquinta is the next?
No.
step, though?
No, I don't.
Right.
But
That's
it's
why I
a
think
big
he should
fight.
win.
But it's a big fight. Like technically on paper, no. But I think he's ranked higher than him. Isn't Like,
I'd be
isn't Al
surprised, but-
Iaquinta like 5 or something?
yeah, but the rankings don't even mean anything.
I mean, they don't. But it's like, okay, this like if I beat Iaquinta, I could have a title shot now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it seems like Cerrone, he's a kid. Most people, they have kids that like their focus goes otherwise. He's been uber focused, and leaving that camp was a huge thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he left Greg Jackson's camp and went off on them,
Yeah.
saying that they're like, for $50, you can go in there and train with Holly Holmes. Holly Holmes. By the way, you seen the Holly Holmes dance
Is
video?
that true? Because if so, I have
Yeah.
$100 I need to spend immediately.
You see her dance video?
No.
Okay, so she made this dance video,
Oh.
and as a guy,
I'm going to need to use your house.
As a guy who can
As
dance.
a guy who is in the black dance repertoire, she has all the moves
Correct.
Oh, okay, I get it.
But
I know
There's
where this is
no
going.
style.
but the rhythm,
Yeah.
and
Right.
they're
Like you can
Is it a
see
bit
her brain.
robotic?
You can see her brain
Like
going like
pop,
right
left,
hand,
go,
right hand up.
that's, well, she does.
It's like Mackenzie Dern dancing. Just
Really?
fucking awful.
Mackenzie's awful?
Bad.
I would think with her fake Brazilian accent.
I love that once
Yeah.
she's single and all of a sudden she's posting dance videos. I love this.
Holly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. They were like, wow, it looks like she's really taking that hard. By the way, have you seen the 3-on...
Living her best life.
seen
She's
three
living her
on three?
best
That's
life.
By the way,
Exactly.
3-on-3 Filipino MMA.
Fuck yeah.
Have you seen this?
I've seen the 5-on-5 in Russia.
This is genius.
3-on-3, it's India.
This is
versus-
like a video game.
It's India versus the Philippines.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Is it awesome?
Yes. It's like a
Fucking
kung fu
awesome.
movie.
It's not.
like-
It's not MMA. It's.
You're right.
It's a street fight
It is
in
MMA,
the cage.
though.
It's a gang fight. It's
but
a gang
it's
fight.
completely different because you're going for
What
a
is
quick
this?
knockout.
Oh my god, this is great. Oh, UFC just fell down a rung in my book. I am all 6-man gangland. This is the
Who
best.
would your 2 people pick if you had to pick any 2 people?
Oh, to be with
To
me,
fight
like
with
so
you?
I'm gonna do it.
Ooh.
You 2 idiots. You know, I'm taking you guys with me. We're all getting
Let's
our
do
asses
it.
kicked.
Really?
Let's do it.
Yes, we'll
I
do
would
it
pick-
together. We said we'd all go down.
I would pick John
together.
Jones. I'd pick John Jones. Although I feel like John might just like let me get the shit beat.
Oh
out of me.
no.
I'd pick if you had to pick any 2 fighters to be in your corner for this. I would say Stipe and John Jones, right? 'Cause you
I
pick-
don't know.
Well,
I might.
You're in fantasy land.
If you pick
I
Cormier
mean,
and Jones, they might fight each other.
chances of the 3 of us getting in a fight
No,
together
I'm
are
saying
much
you can
higher.
pick. I'm saying you could pick any 2 people to be in your
This
corner.
is very true.
Any 2 people, like ever?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Iceman.
Chocolate out now. I'm talking about now. Not
But you
like-
said of ever.
no. You can't go back in time and be like, oh, I'd pick Bruce Lee. Pick it right today.
You just ruined
Ever's easier.
Fucking Goliath and
And
the devil.
And Hulk Hogan.
Moses and because if we're losing, he would just part the cage open.
Fuck you.
And Jesus Christ.
Jesus, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going with Jesus and Muhammad.
All right, so here's Holly.
Stop me now, motherfucker.
Here's Holly Holm dancing.
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta see this up
All
close.
right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, look at her in little shorts too.
Like
Yeah.
she goes, she can move
She
for
can move.
sure. I mean, she's a fucking professional athlete. But there's something that's like,
A little bit.
and that's kind of how she fights too. Like when you watch her fight, she's very robotic. Like
I know, but there's something
She
like.
is happy to be single.
But when you think of her, like,
and she's waiting for the
But, there's
Greg
not a lot, but
Romero
there are
Wilson.
girls that are like worse dancers than that, but they're more sexual, like
Right.
in their movements, and
Right.
you're like,
They don't do as
wow.
much. They're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
as technical,
Woo.
right?
so you're into it, Greg?
Oh, I'm gonna beat off to them later 1,000%. I'm beating off right now. You just can't tell. Oh my god, that's it. She's
The preacher's daughter.
I love her.
What? Anyway,
But yeah, I think Cerrone as well.
Yes, thank you.
I think Cerrone's going to take it.
you think Sharon's gonna take it?
Yeah, I think this is a different Cerrone. That was back at 155, right? Because it's Iaquinta.
170.
Oh, it's at
I don't know. They
170.
have Al at 155 and Donald at 170. That makes
Okay,
no
so
sense.
who knows?
Yeah. All right, so Derek Brunson versus Elias Theodoro.
Brunson.
Brunson should win on
Brunson
paper.
should win.
But Elias,
He always wins. He just pulls out these victories, and I don't know how, but he does it. And it's not like he's like winning some super close. Like he wins,
yeah.
but
He
just looks like so. I don't know. He fights so weird.
so weird. Almost like he doesn't even train. But he's been training with GSP because he also has I did an interview with him on Rockfin. You can hear as well. And he actually talks about having ADHD, taking marijuana, taking CBD, but training with GSP and like what he's been doing. And he's all about it. But yeah, he's got a really bright guy that I met, his buddy, who's like this nerdy, like Master Splinter type kid, but just is a genius when it comes to fighting. Like I think he's like a black belt or brown belt, but he doesn't fight. But he just can dissect
just
anybody's.
gets- yeah.
He's just one of those guys, and he's always in Elias' corner, and he tells Elias exactly, breaks down what the guy's going to do, and he's usually right on the money.
Yeah.
Like if I was his opponent, I would capture that guy.
Yeah, there's some guys like that. I mean,
Yeah, you just kidnap him the night before and just hold him in a basement until the fight's over.
Or like order, back in football, they would
Right.
order hookers to the quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Like,
Just keep him up all
Yeah,
night.
come on,
You want
buddy.
the party to end, you run it back up again.
Do you think they really did that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen actual interviews with them talking about doing it.
But now, would you be able to okay, you're a quarterback in the NFL, and then hookers show up at your door at 2:00 in the morning? What are you gonna do?
Fuck them.
You're not gonna say I have a big game tomorrow, and
No. I'm gonna be like, look, life's too short. to
that's
think
why.
about every game.
That's why you're not an NFL quarterback.
Exactly right. Listen, They could have sent one hooker at 4 PM. I still would have missed
During the game?
Totally. I've been like,
Sorry, guys.
guys, I'm just going to run back in the tunnel.
Hold on.
real quick.
Give me good 10. Quick 10. Take a 10.
One of the saddest things I've ever seen was the guy who missed the Super Bowl. That football player, documentary, he like got high or drunk the night before.
Oh, right, and he got depressed and like took off on the team.
He like missed the Super Bowl the next day, and he was like one of their star players.
No
Yeah,
way.
like a lineman.
And it was like 10 years later, and the guy was like armed robbery a couple times, and like still refuses to like say what happened that
Was he
night.
the Raiders?
I'll tell you what happened.
team was-
Self-sabotage at its fucking finest.
No,
is what happened.
exactly.
Like,
He was on the precipice of his dreams coming
been there.
true and
Yeah,
couldn't handle
exactly.
it.
Been
Well,
there.
It's like with the one on Dwight Gooden and
Yeah.
Strawberry.
They
Gooden,
could not stop doing coke.
Dude,
Could
but not
Yeah.
only that, but like Gooden missed the parade after they won the World Series. Like he was so high.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
He was so high that like he never made the parade, and he was like the main dude,
Like the guy,
He had like
yeah.
the float, like it said, like Dwight Gooden. Like,
And he
He was
wasn't
like,
there. Like, I don't know where he is. I don't run it.
and he said he was
supposed to
like,
be on that.
He said he woke up, he was high as fuck. He put on TV, and like the parade's on. And he's like, oh shit. Yeah.
supposed to do something.
Strawberry's doing
today.
really well now. He's like,
He is.
He's in Florida. He has like a
He
church.
just does bumps.
He has a church.
Just to-
And I feel like Dr. K.
One a week.
Gooden didn't really.
Exactly.
Dude, you look at like 80s black superstars, and I don't know, it was because maybe they were like the first of their kind or the first multi-millionaire athletes. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
but they did not handle success. You look at like, okay, Strawberry, Gooden, Lawrence Taylor,
Yeah.
Barry Bonds, even some of those like basketball players like Sean Kemp, or like
Right.
these guys are just you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
Tyson. And I know
Tyson,
Tyson's doing
dude,
well
yeah.
now, but I mean,
Yeah,
Jesus.
there was a time.
No, you're right. You make a very,
Well, I mean-
very good point. I mean, that's there. You're right. I mean,
There are
Well,
obviously
Tyson
other black
talked about it.
super athletes that did well, but I think New York is like
yeah,
the-
it was a dangerous time. I mean, it was just a party scene.
Oh, if you're in New York City and
Yeah.
you're the pitcher or you're Darryl Strawberry, and like the whole team, they said they basically had speed, bowls of speed, and they would just take them during the games. They said the ball was like hitting a basketball, and everything was like in fast motion. Everything it was crazy. It was crazy. But
Well, we missed it.
Damn.
Fortunately, we were comedians in New York in the 2000s.
yeah.
Which
I was-
still had a lot of cocaine and parties.
So Cub Swanson's fighting Shane Burgos. Tough fight for Cub Swanson.
Tough.
Yeah,
I can't go against Cubby though.
No, me
That's-
neither.
that's my
But it's
dude.
just been like, dude, ever since marrying Kendra Perez, I'm not gonna blame it, but like a lot of times when you get a super hot woman, and I've hung out with her, she's gorgeous, and they have twins now, and they have a kid. A lot of times, like those. Super
it takes
hot
it out of you
girls-
for sure.
Oh my god, you look at like
Any girl.
Look at
Any
like,
girl. That's why they tell athletes like
Women
don't have
weaken
a
legs.
relationship. It's true.
No, look at even
It's
like
true.
look at athletes.
Takes your
look at
focus
singers,
away.
like Bobby Brown. And Bobby Brown, like at one time, was banging Whitney Houston, and you watch the Bobby Brown thing. Whitney Houston and Janet Jackson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
at
yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
And then his
But
career.
according to that, he also was introduced to cocaine by Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And she had the coke
No,
problem.
he just got out of jail and he was sober, and she's like, "Do this."
Yeah.
And, no, and that movie was like, and then
The movie was such the I didn't do nothing, y'all. All these people just gave this shit to me and then they caught me with it. Like, and nothing was his fault in that movie.
Dude,
Not
there
the cheating. None of the cheating was his fault.
Dude.
All the girls were just like, "Come on, just give it to me." Like, it's like,
Dude, there was one scene where he like
That can happen.
There was one scene where he
I
like
mean, it
forgot
can, but, I
he like
mean-
forgot his keys. He comes in, Whitney Houston's doing crack.
Yeah.
He goes to beat up the crack dealer, and then she's like, "No," and then he hits her while like
yeah, actually
Yeah.
pulling back.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Like the whole thing was his fantasy version of the way shit
Yeah,
went down.
yeah.
I'm like, this is so just him. Like, yeah, I didn't see. I told you, I didn't do it. This is all the way it went down.
It was an
Crazy.
accident.
Exactly.
Accident.
Did you ever
I
hear-
just put my hand back and it just accidentally. Yeah, all of it was it was just so funny that way. The way it was completely slanted.
Dude, one of my favorite stories ever was when Dennis Rodman was like cheating on Carmen Electra, and then Carmen like walked in on them after they were married, and he was with the girl, and he's like, what is this? And he's like, she fell from the ceiling.
She fell out of the sky, babe. I don't know what happened.
Like,
Don't know how she got here. I don't.
like,
He didn't even try and keep it within the realm of reality. She materialized as a chandelier. This is the hot bitch making chandelier.
she fell from the ceiling.
It's my masseuse.
like what the fuck?
This is my sister. Like, make it super weird.
Babe, I wanted to tell you sooner.
She's my sister. I'm so sorry.
We have a problem. We're sick.
Doing it since we were 12. I'm so sorry.
So, all right, who else is on this card? Will Harris.
Hey, do you think Cub Swanson's on the way out?
It would appear that from the last couple fights.
That's what I think, too.
I hope not.
And that's why
I mean-
I'm going with Shane Burgos.
I mean, he's getting there. He's definitely getting up there. He's been fighting for a long time. He's had a lot of fucking tough fights, too. So
Yeah.
he could be. I don't think he's lost any skills, speed, power, nothing. I don't think he's lost
He's got
any
great
of that.
training partners.
But there's something like that.
them in the
Yeah, there's something that's not there anymore, and
Well,
I can't figure
Harris-
out what it is.
Right, and that's what I mean. There seems to be one of those names that he's fading. He's on the decline, not on the way back.
But a lot of times,
Right.
the people say about like Glover and Arlovsky, and they beat these guys. They beat the young up and comers. I mean, look at
Arlovsky,
True.
He's
Aldo.
a heavyweight. And that's just a division of clowns.
It's true. Well,
what the fuck.
and Glover too, or Glover's a light heavyweight.
There's just so few guys that go into the heavyweight division, and then when they do, they've got like 3 fights under their
But
belt.
I'm
and,
saying
like,
there are those fighters that like seem to be upsetting the new up and comer. Even with Aldo, it seemed like they were throwing Aldo to what's his name to Hanato the last fight, and Aldo took care of
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, he
So that seems to that does happen a lot.
Yeah.
The veteran, you can't take away
No, I
somebody's.
mean that's absolutely true, but but sometimes you can see a guy and every now and again he gets that win, and all of a sudden he's coming back,
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just a single win on the way out the door.
Oh, no, I remember one time he came to my comedy show and his jaw was wired. And it was after like he'd had like an amazing fight.
Well, that's the best time to go to a comedy show.
And like every time he talked to me, and I would introduce him to people. I'm like, hey, this is my friend. He's in the UFC, and he's like, ooh, and people were like, it was not a good way to introduce. Like UFC fighters are like they can't talk, and like they're like mutants.
Yeah, people are walking away going, that's what I thought. They're animals.
brute.
Totally. Also on this card, there's Sarah Moras, who I called Sarah Moras because she's got a big dunk.
Cheesecake.
She's fighting
No Holly Holm.
Mary Chiasson.
She's a nice Jewish
Macy
girl, Greg.
Chiasson, who's good. This girl who just beat.
Yeah,
Gina Gazer.
Macy. I think
There are no
Macy's gonna
nice Jewish
piece her up.
You think so?
Yeah.
Dude, Sarah beat
I think
Ashley
so.
Evans. She just beat Angela Hill. There's something about her that.
I mean, she's grimy. She's grimy, and she comes to fight.
No, did
but
she beat? No, she didn't beat Angela Hill.
I
She
think.
She beat somebody.
Ashley
I think Macy is.
Yeah.
I think Macy is the new
The new
woman's fighter. Yeah.
It appears.
Really?
It appears that way. She's
This is a
She's
new,
good.
this is
She's
a hot
jacked.
tip.
She's
She won
good.
the Ultimate Fighter and just ran through everybody.
Really?
Yeah, she's been fucking people up too. She doesn't win slowly. She messes you up. So we'll see.
And then Bellator this week. Brent Primus is a good fighter. He's fighting Tim Wilde. I don't know what they do with these. They put on these guys from England who I don't know who these guys are, but Derek Campos, that guy's always in good fights against Pedro Carvalho. And Fabian Edwards, undefeated. We had him on. He's Leon Edwards' brother. He's 6-0. He's really good.
Nice.
And then PFL, which I'm working for.
PFL.
Luis Taylor, who won. He won the $1 million last time.
okay.
His nickname is Put the Guns Down because he wants to get rid of the guns in Chicago.
Oh, I like that.
And he's a 40-year-old guy. Became a fighter at 33. He was a wrestling coach and just won $1 million fighting Chris Curtis, a good fighter. Kayla Harrison.
See, to me, that's exactly the guy who should have gone into that after that $1 million.
What do you mean?
Like he's later in his career before he even gets started. He needs to take a shot at something big right away.
Yeah.
Because we had all these discussions about.
Well, he was in
UFC
Bellator.
guys
Well, he
should
was in
just
Bellator.
leave UFC.
Well, he was
and
in
go try
Bell-
and win this $1 million.
No, he was in
And I'm like,
Bellator.
this is a guy who, a latecomer. You know what? Yeah, you.
No, he was
absolutely
in-
need
no,
to get
he
in
was
there
in
and try and go
Bellator.
for $1
Yeah.
million
He was in
bucks.
Bellator, WSR.
Regardless, though, he's very
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. Kayla Harrison, who's a 2-time gold medalist, never been happen in men or women in judo.
Yeah.
And she did it twice. She's the favorite, but she's only 2-0 against Zlata Kortova. John Howard, who has autism.
John Howard does?
Yeah.
Doomsday?
Yeah, he said he discovered recently he had autism.
Interesting.
So he's got the good kind.
What? Like the kind you marry Amy Schumer kind? She said it in her special that her husband has autism.
Well, then I guess that is the good guy.
Makes sense.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I'd rather be John Howard. It's not that bad where you marry Amy Schumer. But he's fighting Magomed Karimov, which is
Magomed Karimov.
name.
Yeah, definitely Dagestani.
And Ray Cooper is fighting Zane Kamaka. Both these guys are cousins.
Ray Cooper.
They're cousins from Hawaii, and they're fighting each other.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah, they are.
Wait, are they cousins like,
No, they're like-
how some people say
they're-
like, oh, that's
Yeah,
my
they
cousin, but
cousins-
it's really like your third cousin.
I don't know.
and,
It's
like,
really like you're just both Hawaiians.
No,
Yeah.
supposedly.
So you're like, we're all.
That's my cousin,
cousins
bro.
somehow. Yeah, exactly.
No, supposedly like they're cousins.
like grew up together cousins.
Yeah, and then Sarah Kaufman's on the card, and so is David Michaud, he's afraid to fly, so he's driving from Arizona to New York.
Yeah, there are guys
Baller.
that are like that.
He's a Native American guy, so his nickname is One Who Walks.
One-
So all right,
One
now
who walks. That's not the fiercest warrior name there is.
I'm kidding. It's not really. I'm fucking around because he's afraid to fly. All right, so UFC 237.
Because one who drives.
One who drives.
Might have been
Yes.
a little more.
One who
Yeah,
drives. Maybe one who drives.
I
on
got
coke.
it.
All right, so
Yeah. Just wasn't good.
all right, it was. All of a sudden you're fucking Don Rickles over here.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I'm just giving you shit,
We've
man.
seen your
Come on.
stand-up. It's not good. All right. So anyway,
Who's seen my stand up?
I'm just
Nobody's seen
saying,
my
we did
stand-up.
not see his stand-up.
yeah. So, all
But
right.
it isn't good.
It is good. Actually, you hit the bag, and Jay Morris says the hardest he ever seen anybody hit.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Bag
let's
don't
see
hit
that
back.
again.
All right, so Rose Namajunas taking on Jessica Andrade, UFC 237, May 11th. That's the main event. I think Andrade's going to win.
Yeah, she's kind of on a tear.
I feel like
She's kinda
Rose
on a tear,
had
and
Joanna's number, but this other girl is like a mini Vanderlei Prime Silva. She just comes forward. I think she might really hurt Rose.
yeah, I think she's like a mini Amanda Nunes. Mm-hmm. She's just Amanda Nunes like 2.0.
Rose has surprised me the whole way. I picked her to lose, like last time. So I'm always surprised that when she wins. I'm always like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Here's the thing, like Rose
know-
is just so good all around. Like
Yeah.
I think Andrade, she's gonna have to catch her with something big,
Yeah.
and hurt her to make her wary.
I guess that's
I don't
what it
think
is.
she's
To
gonna
me,
knock
she
her out.
looks like
but-
she would be easier to hurt.
Yeah, she just looks
Namajunas.
kind of lanky and like.
Yeah, so I always expect her, and then she wins, and I'm like, I'm clearly underestimating this girl. And that, if I were to say I'm going with Andrade, I'd be doing it again,
Right.
Because I just look at her and I don't see her.
That's
as
how I
winning
felt
this
with.
fight.
That's how I felt Connor. I'm like, Connor's gonna lose. Connor's gonna lose.
Right.
The one time I'm like, Connor's gonna beat Khabib. He fucking loses.
I knew Khabib was going to win that one.
Everyone did, but I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I was.
I was
It's
like, he
nah,
kept getting hit
can't
by Al. I'm like,
lose.
if
He
he
can't
gets
lose.
hit by Al, then he's gonna get hit by Also, Anderson Silva's taking on Jared Cannonier. What is that about?
That's weird. Jared Cannonier.
He was good, but is he?
Yeah, that's just a random fight. Like
I think they're trying to like give Anderson one last big fight
Maybe.
in Brazil. And
probably.
Is it in Brazil?
No,
That
didn't
must
they?
be it
Didn't,
then.
didn't they
it's in
say
Brazil.
that? I think
What?
that was announced.
What?
Like he's gonna retire.
That's
after
a big
this
retirement
This
fight.
is-
so they're trying
yeah.
to give him a guy that he's gonna beat an
Yeah.
American and
in Brazil. Yeah,
and they're going to fly him in
think
from around
so.
the world.
I might be mistaken.
He'll be
but
jet
I
lagged.
think so.
He arrives morning of
staying at like the motel
from Finland, and he's They're like, all right, get in there and fight Silva.
He's fighting Spirit Airways.
Give us a good fight, exactly. In cargo.
Also, Aldo is taking on Alexander Volkanovski. That guy's really good, right? Isn't the guy that knocked out Chad Mendes?
Who Volkanovski?
Yeah.
Yeah, recently, right?
Yeah. I think he's gonna
on
beat
Chad's comeback fight.
I think that guy should beat Aldo. That guy's 19-1.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Aldo just won't fucking die. So
Depends on which Aldo shows up.
yeah, exactly. Like if
Aldo
the
Destroyer.
latest Aldo version shows up, then it's going to be a really bad night.
And a fight that I wish we did not have to see was Clay Guida versus BJ Penn.
Oh jeez.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Where
a
did
tough
they
one,
find
man.
Clay?
Clay's
assumed he
been
was-
doing the thing.
I would imagine he was like managing a TCBY in New Jersey by now. or
No,
something.
he's still winning. He's still doing good.
Yeah.
Hey, Guido's still doing good.
I'll tell you what.
Did he
I
ever
think
really do that good?
Yeah, he beat a lot of really good fighters.
But did he ever win the title? I think he ever.
No.
He never held a title. Exactly.
So a lot of
He's had
guys-
like
most
35
guys-
fights.
He's
and
a
not
journeyman.
won a title.
Yeah,
No,
he's a
better than
journeyman. I don't know.
He beat Nate
I
Diaz.
love the way you guys are slowly working your way down to my definition.
No.
Which I'm just saying. I mean,
He was a top of the line journeyman. Okay.
No, he was
Yes.
much better than a journeyman.
but he's definitely a journeyman, stepping stone type guy.
He's beaten some major guys.
Yes,
Okay,
back in the
is
day.
gatekeeper a better word?
Gatekeeper
for
is
Clay.
better than journeyman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gatekeeper. Clay Guida is a gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
Yeah, I think so. Well, the guys that have gotten past him, Brian Ortega.
See, Jose Aldo. See, I think you have to have been a
Jose Aldo was a
champion to be
fucking champion.
gatekeeper.
No, it's not about that.
Michael Bisping was the ultimate gatekeeper.
It's like
And he was a champion.
Yeah, but that was after.
Yeah, but after it was
But
like the
eventually,
very
Clay Guida
last
is
two
not
fights
on
of his
the
career.
championship trajectory.
You don't think if he beats BJ Penn, he's right next to
No,
line.
but he gets an AARP discount at Denny's.
But why is BJ Penn fighting still?
Yes. Why is Clay Guida fighting?
Clay Guida still look good.
He's
BJ
only-
Penn has not
I
won
mean-
in 8 years.
I think they're both under 40, right?
Yeah, which is still over
still do it.
1,000.
In MMA years.
Yeah. What happened?
I didn't plug the thing in. But Clay Guida should.
This whole time.
No.
What, they didn't hear any of this? Do we have to start it over?
This.
Sure. I mean, yeah. Okay.
So this isn't an emergency yet.
No. I just gotta find the cord to plug in this thing.
yeah, he's had some good wins. He beat Anthony Pettis.
He
He beat the shit out of Anthony Pettis, didn't he? Didn't he just hold him
Like
down?
1938.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's the thing. Like all his big wins were at the beginning of his career.
Danzig.
He beat Mac Danzig, Nate Diaz.
Again, these are very
But like,
old stories.
but like,
these are like biblical stories and how long that
no. But lately, he beat Eric Koch. He beat Joe Lauzon, who Joe Lauzon's been on a.
75 years old.
But yes,
Yeah,
his
and
last
has, like, paper-mache
five,
eyebrows.
he's 2-3 in his last five.
shape, like leads easily. Like,
Yeah.
So
He's what?
he's 2-3 in his last five.
Yeah, but BJ Penn's 0-8.
Yes,
All right.
correct.
Oh shit.
So I think
Sky.
Clay Guida might put a beating on BJ, but it's not going to be this magnificent athletic performance.
I
or
gotta
anything.
tell you, I'm going BJ.
I always go BJ
Really?
if given the option.
Going BJ.
Wait, you're going BJ really?
I am, absolutely.
Come on.
Yes.
Have you seen him fight in the
Because I
last?
think he's still a better fighter than Clay Guida.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
BJ's just a different fighter now.
prime BJ Penn.
Oh yeah, prime
destroys-
BJ Penn mops the floor with Clay Guida.
Right, but I'm saying there's enough of that left to
No,
beat Clay Guida.
based on what?
Names.
Based on what?
His name.
Come on.
Based on the fact that he is BJ Penn,
Yes.
which true, I understand, but like
Yeah, but that's a different.
he's
Well,
oh
we'll
man,
see. We
he's
will
looked so
review
bad.
This
He's
this
looked
story
so bad.
next week. And
Yes,
we'll
we
see.
shall.
All right, hold on. Let me see this
Or
one.
whenever it is. No, is that this week? No, that's coming up. That's
That's the 11th.
Fights are on
Yeah.
Saturday
All right, so.
or like next Saturday.
or next Saturday.
yeah,
That's
the
the one
11th.
with
are next
Rose and-
Saturday.
yeah.
All right, so let's see if this works. Hold on.
So we won't be able to revisit this, but because I'll be out of town.
What is up? Can you see me?
I can't see you. Can you see me?
I can see there.
All right, we're talking to Tall Steve right now.
Right on.
Tall Steve.
Yeah.
Tall Steve is a great fighter, 6-0 Bellator fighter. What are you, 6'8"? What are you?
I'm 6'8".
6'8". Wow. And it was funny because I actually said, I go, Tall Steve came to my show, and Stefan Struve goes, who the fuck is that guy? Do you and Struve actually train together?
Yeah, we're really good friends actually.
Wow, that's gotta be insane. Now I was saying you're one of the Black Zillions, but it's not the Black Zillions anymore. It's something else, right?
Yeah, well, it's Hard Knocks now. I just I went with Henry and Greg whenever they branched off and did their own thing.
Got it. Now
We kind of assimilated Kami Barzini whenever he left Top Team too. So
we were watching your last fight, which was insane. Okay, you got popped, you completely rocked. They were like, "They gotta stop the fight. They gotta stop the fight." You came back, shot a double, and just Kimura the guy, right? It was a Kimura, and that was amazing. But how hurt were you?
so I walk out, touch gloves with the dude. The ref, you ready? You ready? Fight. And then I'm in the locker room taking my shorts off.
Nice work. Nice fucking work, sir.
Wow.
It's like, so did I win? And everyone was like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know if I won or not. And like Greg and Michael Johnson were my corner, and I was like, I don't know if I won or not. Did I win? And they were like, yeah, of course you won. And it was weird because like I did kind of like know that I won, but like it's weird. You have like I got clipped, and then like it's this weird dream sequence of like imagery and noises and stuff like that, and then but I didn't like come to until like I said, like it kind of like rolled in, and then I'm like, wait, what happened?
Wow.
Standing there.
Wow.
It was terrifying. It was crazy. I was like, but I won, right? They're like, yeah, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't actually know if I won or not. And then the crazy thing was I went back and they had my manager was in the room. He had the tape on the phone, and I watched it, and I was like, I probably sound like an idiot in the post fight, and I like perfectly articulated myself. It was weird. It was crazy.
That's like doing whippets.
I mean, you must have great instincts.
It's like being punched in the fucking head.
A double. I mean, so how many times in practice have you done that move to the point where you don't even know where you are and you can still do it?
Thousands and thousands, and then I gotta give it up to my coaches there too. That was instincts like that only come from being trained. So I mean, Greg, and I can't say this enough. Greg
Jones.
Yeah, Greg Jones. Greg Jones really is like, it's been him, Henry, Connie, like all those dudes have been absolutely instrumental to building my skill set as it is now.
That's awesome. Now, who are some of the guys you train with now? You train with like Overeem, or you train with Anthony Johnson, or
no,
Rashad?
I did train. Overeem's out in Colorado. I got here after he left. I trained with Rumble until he retired. So my main people now are Stefan Struve. We have a couple of Bellator guys in camp. Whenever Stefan was fighting, I trained with him pretty often. It looks like he's on his way out. But Victor Pesta, he's a UFC veteran. I'm trying to think of some other names you would know. Luke Rockhold.
Oh yeah, how's Luke looking?
He's a beast, man. He's a stud. he's a killer. One of the most skilled, like. Skill for skill, one of the best fighters I've ever trained with.
Is it hard to hang out with Luke? Because I've hung out with Luke a little bit, and I remember hearing a story how he hooked up with this girl in front of all her friends and had sex with her in front of all her friends. And then I asked her, and I go, "Did you really bang this girl in front of all her friends?" And he goes, "Not all her friends." And I was like, this guy. Jeez. Is it hard hanging out with a guy like that?
If I were trying to impress a girl, I would not bring Luke Rockhold on a double date.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like.
I don't think I'm hideous, and I'm tall. Like I would think I'm on the higher end of the male social hierarchy, and whatever. But Luke Rockhold is not the first guy I'd call.
What's that?
Now you grew up in Pittsburgh.
Yes, just north of Pittsburgh.
And then when did you start training, fighting? Because I would assume that basketball would be your first sport.
You would think, right? I feel smarter, maybe, but. I read about it in a magazine when I was like 15 or 16. I guess I kind of already knew what it was, but I think like once I read about it and got like a good bearing for what the sport actually was and like what it took to succeed, something about it just resonated with me. So I started taking jiu-jitsu classes when I was like 17, and then took up wrestling my junior year of high school, and then the rest was off to the races, I guess.
Wow. Did you wrestle in college at all?
No, I wanted to, but I remember I talked to a couple coaches that were interested in me coming out and wrestling. But there was a grappling tournament the same weekend as the last chance to take the SATs, and I decided to do that. Got it.
Yeah. And so good move. What belt are you in jiu-jitsu?
I'm a purple belt under Gilbert Burns.
Wow, nice. Gilbert Burns is a beast.
Gilbert Burns is a stud.
So
that's a legit purple belt.
So now, when did you move to Florida?
2000. It's just 3 years ago, like as of like early April. So 2016.
So you walk into the Black Zillions, you see Anthony Johnson, you see all these guys. You have no experience as far as fighting, but you're this tall, goofy white guy. Was it hard at first? Mm-hmm. What was it like at first?
So my first time ever at the Black Zillions, right? I just got done doing a training camp with Team Takedown. So Jake Rochelle Jared Rochelle, was getting ready to fight Stefan Struve. So they had a friend who knew a friend of mine. So they're like, yeah, we got this guy, 6'8", he'd be perfect. And they called me. I went down there for a little while, and I was dating a girl who lived in Fort Lauderdale, and she was like, I made some money, so I was like, hey, well, I'm going to come visit you. How far is where you live from Boca? And she was like, oh, Boca's only up the road, probably half an hour. And I was like, what? So I was like, while I'm there, I'm getting work with Henry. So got in touch with him. My first time ever in the Blackzilians, I walk in, and it's a sparring day. It was a Friday. So that's back when we did the sparring days, the MMA sparring days. So I walk into the gym, it's quiet, there's nobody there yet, it's just Henry. So we hit past for like an hour, and he's like, yeah, man, like, and I told him what was going on. I was like, hey, look, like, I'm getting ready to go pro, and I really would like to, can you still hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, okay, I lost you briefly. I was like, hey, look, like, I'm getting ready to go pro, like, I really like what you're doing here, I really like your system. And Henry was like, well, yeah, why don't we, Matt Mitrione was getting ready for Travis Brown. So he was like, yeah, why don't we, in a couple weeks, we'll have you back down, see if you like it. In the meantime, why don't you stick around and watch sparring? And I was like, yeah, of course. So he said, there's a chair over there, just go sit down. So I'm walking over, and Tyrone Spong's putting his gloves on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm a huge student of the game, and, Tyrone Spong. So I'm like, and I'm like 23, just getting ready to turn 24. And I'm like, oh, my God. Trying to be cool. And Tyrone Spong's like, hey, like, before I said anything to him, Tyrone looked at me and was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, oh, Tyrone, I'm a big fan. I watch all your fights. And he was like, okay, man, cool. So, like, I watched all the sparring. It was fucking crazy, dude. Everybody just kicking the shit out of each other. And I don't know. I knew that was for me. And then once Henry made me a solid offer, I was sold, man. Like,
what's sparring with Anthony Johnson like?
I sparred with professional boxers. I sparred with like world rank Jarrell Miller, a guy named Brian Minto.
Yeah.
He's not as well known, but he was another.
I remember Brian Minto. He was really good.
Rumble hits harder than everybody.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, people don't give Rumble enough credit. He hits really hard. He's really explosive. He's really fast, like really fast. And one thing he doesn't get credit for enough is he had a really high kickboxing acumen. Like he wasn't just a hard hitter, he knew what to throw, when to throw. Like, he had a really good series from both, like, Southpaw and Orthodox. His system was really good. He was smart. His reflexes were really good. He was damn near impossible to take down. So you can imagine. I got a lot of ass whoopings in my life.
Yeah, I can only. And then now, are you training with Usman at all, or is he too small for you?
He is. The size disparity is pretty significant. So, hold on one second. Tom. You're not Tom. Tom, your food's here. Yeah. He just called me, so go outside.
Tom's food's here. Got it.
Oh, Tom's he orders.
What'd Tom get?
Yeah, what is it? What do you order? Yeah.
Pho. You ever had pho?
Oh, yeah, we love pho.
Of course.
Vietnamese soup. It's fantastic.
You had this look on your face, and I was like, dude, if you're gonna bad mouth pho like that right to me, we're gonna have some problems. Pho is a staple in the Mowry household.
So, all right. So you're 6-0. You're undefeated. You're undefeated right now. You're in Bellator. Last fight was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. How close are we to getting on the main card and to really start calling people out?
So we'll see. We're at a pretty interesting point in my contract right now. So hopefully my next fight, well, not hopefully, it's looking like my next fight it'll be against a rostered heavyweight. Yeah. So
very nice.
So we'll see. It's exciting. Yeah.
I mean, of course. I mean, right now you're in I even talked to Colby Covington recently, and I was like, he's like, I wish I never had that fucking one loss. And I'm like, to Warley Alves. I'm like, bro, you're like 15-1 or something. You're like, he's like, yeah, but that one fucking loss, So it still drives him crazy, and I think that you're undefeated right now, and you're in that O is very important. Yeah. You gotta be smart. At the same time, you gotta keep testing yourself, right?
Yeah, progression is important in the sport, and I mean you see that more and more and more. But yeah, I mean that said too, like. Kamaru the other day, him and I were talking. He was telling me about his first loss in his second pro fight. He lost to a guy who I don't even think he even fights anymore. Like a dude who was like a 500 kind of fighter, and he said he wasn't taking him seriously, and the dude hopped on his back and choked him out.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's so that's why you could see it.
Yeah, it happens.
Everybody loses,
And it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to let that happen,
Well,
too.
it's such a dynamic sport in that, what's his name? Rafael dos Anjos was what? I think the first time I heard about Rafael dos Anjos, he was 3-3 in the UFC. He just lost to Clay Guida. And then I think the next time, but
No, we were just talking about. No, we did. We had a 20-minute talk on Clay Guida just now. That's why I was laughing.
No, you're good. But I mean, the next time I started to pay attention to Rafael dos Anjos was whenever he knocked out Benson Henderson.
Yeah,
And
no.
then he went on to beat like unseated, what's his name, Anthony Pettis for the title. A result that like people in the know were kind of like, yeah, that's gonna be a tough fight. And then, I mean, I think Rafael dos Anjos is.
Oh, he's a badass.
Awesome.
I can't wait to watch this fight with Kevin Lee. But now, talk about steroids, right? Has anybody from Bellator ever been busted for steroids? Because it seems like Mike the Marine Richmond is the only guy in the last 10 years to get popped. Do they test you guys?
I mean, I haven't been tested yet, and I think
Nice.
I would love it. A testing, whatever you like a doping agency, anti-doping agency to come in, but they leave it up to the athletic commissions a lot of times, and the athletic commissions just see the look on your face. I fought in Florida. So amateur to professional. So you have seven amateur MMA fights, 7 amateur boxing fights, and 6 professional MMA fights. I've been drug tested one time. It was before an amateur fight.
Wow.
How many would you have passed?
I think he would have passed all of them. Look at this guy.
Yeah, no, he looks pretty clean.
But if I was a heavyweight and I was 240 pounds, I would want everyone to be tested. Some of these guys that look like
Absolutely. Like, oh my, I can't tell you how many times I watched a fight like right before my last fight. I remember laying in bed watching like some heavyweights fight, and it was the pre-USADA era UFC. I won't say their names, but I remember watching them fight and being like, okay, there's no freaking way somebody wasn't getting some help here. Like,
yeah. It's crazy. I mean, when TJ Dillashaw, when the 135 pounders are getting busted, like you could only imagine, or 145. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, it was an honor to talk to you, Tall Steve. You are the man. Thanks for coming on. Where can people follow you?
People can follow me on Instagram at Tall Steve Fights People. They can follow me on Twitter at Tall Steve MMA. On my Facebook is just Steve Mowry. That's my professional whatever page.
All right. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah, I'm grateful for being a part of the show. Also, your show, whenever you were in town, was hilarious.
Oh, thanks, man.
I gotta be honest with you. I wasn't expecting much, not because I didn't already think you were funny, but because I went to a couple comedy shows, like local comedy shows in Pittsburgh, and I was usually just to go watch friends, and not that they were bad, but I mean, like, I didn't really have an experience that made me like a gut busting like thing. But your show was hilarious. You and the guy who opened for you both were really funny.
Well, thank you very much, man. It was an honor to have you there, brother.
It was a pleasure to be there.
Hey,
thank
and can you let Stefan Struve know that his name is actually code for cocaine here on the MMA Roasted show?
Why is that?
Because he looks like a long line of cocaine.
Yeah, okay, look, if you think I don't look like I'm on stuff, I'm talking about like when I went to Amsterdam for I was in his corner whenever he fought Alexander Volkov, and like I don't even think Stefan's even seen marijuana, and he's from the motherland.
No, he's just long and white.
Yeah.
So
he's long, he's white, he's pasty.
Yeah, so we're like, oh yeah, let's do that sweet Struve.
So anytime I feel like a goofy white boy, I just think, okay, well, Stefan Struve exists, so I'm all right.
You're practically Jamaican next to that guy.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, thanks a lot, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, we'll see you. Thank you.
Take care. All right, that was Steve, Tall Steve.
Cool guy, man.
Cool guy, undefeated fighter, badass dude.
Yeah.
Like, got a good attitude.
Great attitude.
Great attitude. Mayhem Miller just called me, and like he called me just now, and like it didn't.
Why does he
go
always
through.
call while we're like
I don't know.
calling somebody else?
He's calling me from jail.
Sorry again.
Yeah. He just called me from jail.
Sorry, Jason.
I hope he calls back again because I pressed the wrong thing. I was going to accept it and talk to him from
Oh
prison.
man, right? Why does he call you? Because this is when he has phone time. He
Yeah.
doesn't get to decide.
No, he never know when.
Yeah, it's like it's your phone time.
Come on, man.
Exactly. So he's been in line waiting to call you, and you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Next time for sure.
So what do you got coming up?
What do I have coming? Oh, May 6th through 12th. I'm gonna this Saturday night. Obviously, I'll be headlining the late show for the NoHo Comedy Festival, which is at this. I think it's going to be at my home club, the Haha. And then next week, 6th through 12th, I will be headlining the LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere. Actually, it's not even the Stratosphere anymore. It's now the Strat.
Oh,
The
wow. Yeah,
Strat.
it's called the Strat, right?
It's all rebranded and all that. So that's cool. Listen, it's much better. The Stratosphere was very 90s. And so the Strat looks much cooler. So that I'll be doing that for a week. And then, of course, getting married and heading off to Europe.
Nice.
Wow, you going to Europe for the honeymoon?
Yeah.
Where?
We're going to go to London for 3 days. We'll go to Amsterdam for 2 days. And then to Heidelberg, Germany.
Are you going to do any comedy over there or no?
Well, where Summer grew up in Heidelberg. So we're going to go there for 3 or 4 days.
Are you going to do any
Awesome.
comedy when you're there?
I didn't plan to it, but I may reach out to one of the Amsterdam clubs, see if I can get a guest spot.
Yeah.
Just for fun, just while we're there. Although I
why
didn't
not?
really want to.
Yeah,
it's kind
don't-
of like our
don't-
honeymoon.
yeah, don't
like,
do it.
Come on, babe, let me get a set in. But at the same time, it's 12 fucking days. I think she would be happy to do it for me. If I were to say it, she'd be like, "Yeah, let's go to see you do a set in Amsterdam."
Yeah, for sure.
She would be totally down for it.
For sure.
What do you, Tyler, what do you got coming up?
Got jiu-jitsu class tonight and Thursday, 7 o'clock, Braxton's Combat Sports in Venice, California. And then I'm going to Costa Rica on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah. Going
How
to Costa
long?
Rica with the lady for 8 days.
Wow.
That's a
This
good little
Friday?
break.
This Friday. Yeah. Nice break.
Thanks for
come back.
letting me
work.
know that you guys
Yeah.
are both not here.
Get some co-hosts. Call up CB. He should be back from Cozumel by now.
Appreciate it, guys.
I forgot. Sorry.
That's all.
I'm not here. For
I forgot I had outside responsibilities.
It's not like I have a show that I'm trying to build or anything. All right, so okay. Well, have a great time.
Yeah. Thank you. I've never been, so we'll see.
This Thursday night, I'm at Tommy T's in Rancho Cordova. So all you Sacramento people, get over there. New York City at the Gotham Comedy Club, May 16th, May 17th to 18th at the West Side Comedy Club. The Ventura Harbor Comedy Club, May 23rd to the 26th. The Avi Casino in Laughlin, Nevada, June 6th. The Comedy Cave in Calgary, June 11th to the 16th. The Minnesota House of Comedy, June 19th to the 23rd. And the Strat, July 1st to the 7th and July 18th to the 21st at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples. Thank you, Tall Steve. Sorry, Mayhem, for not picking up. I feel bad now. I tried. I pressed 1. I figured 1 was
I
the
saw
one.
you doing it over there. I'm like, what is he doing right now? We're still in this interview.
I thought 1 was the thing to
Right, to accept, press 1. Right,
yeah, I guess
right.
I think it was 2.
Well, they probably make it a little more difficult to make sure it's not an accident.
Anyway, thank you guys so much, and take care. Have a great week.
Later.
Trap sons and trap sons and trap Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан. Даадаж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа.